Okay, so here's the armies. We've got, first of all, the good team. We've got triple mortarchs led by His Highness, possibly the greatest mortarch, Manfred. Arguably second only to Neferata. And then there's that other clown on the end, who's not really worth anything in a Legions and a Gash army anymore, but triple mortarchs is what we're going with. This is Legion of Knights, so Manfred's the general. Then we've got a unit of 4 Harbingers for the 3d6 charge. We've got 2 tens of Skellies with swords, and we've got a unit of 40 Skellies with swords. The basic premise for the whole thing is that you ambush in with your Harbingers and kill stuff. Unfortunately, as is always the case, it seems, with me and Legion of Night these days, we've got total commitment, so there's no ambushing. So we're gonna have to evolve, but we've got some spells. We've got we've got the general command abilities first of all. So Manfred gives a bubble of reroll 1s to hit and wound. Neff gives a bubble of negatives to hit. Arkan gives a bubble of, I don't know, +1 to cast or something I never use. We've also actually, I'm going to knock everybody's models off here, we've also actually got an extra guy that I forgot. We've got a Dreadblade Harrow. The idea being, he was in the list because he can teleport about and be where you need for the rerolls charges on those little fellas. Spells we've got an offensive spell for Manfred, we'll come back to it later. We've got a debuff spell for Neff, and we've got a healing spell for Arkan, which I can't remember what they are off the top of my head, but when we come to the hero phase I'll talk it through. So we are against today Slaves to Darkness. So Erik, tell us what you've got.
So we have Be'lakor with bringing his wonderful elements of control, with the Mask of Darkness spell for the pilot fighting last on enemy units. General of the army is a Khorne Demon Prince who has the Paragon of Ruin command trait, so D3 units get to move 5 inches at the start of the game, and he has the Armor of Tortured Souls for reducing incoming rend by 1. In the middle of them, you've got War Shrine for all the buffs that it provides and an extra shrug for damage coming in. Battle line provided by 2 units of 5 knights with halberds, and then 15 warriors with halberds as well. Other heroes, we've got a Chaos Lord on foot for piling in twice, and a Sorcerer Lord on foot. So we're chucking out rerolls everywhere. But the real meat of the list is the unit of 10 chosen, which when they're really buffed up can turn into right nasty little blenders. And then for flavour, we've got a Realm Scourge Rupture, just for that extra added element of control. Nice.
So quickly looking over at the table, if we can make this work, we have got the table. So we're set up for total commitment. The objective markers are down. We've got our turn counters, but the objective markers are Honest Wargamer ones, so check those out, they're really good. Help things out. We've got a Commanding Village. We've got a Volcanic Stone Circle. We've got plenty of damned stuff down here. Mystical Realm Gate of Beasts. A Bone Circle, it's very inspiring. And a Sinister Dragon. So we're going to roll off in a second to choose sides, and we'll maybe come back briefly with some ideas of how things are going to go. Okay, so we've got deployment done. Firstly, looking at the good guys, the Legion of Night. We've got on the left flank, we've got Neferata with her guard, the 4 harbingers that would normally not be anywhere to be seen. We've got a block of 40 skellies holding this objective with the Dreadblade Harrow. Whoa, look at my skills. Yeah, with the Dreadblade Harrow there, just within 6 of him. We've got Arcan, Mr. T Black, up the centre. Trying to give a big dispel bubble, but failing miserably. We've got not much going on here. And then on the right flank, we have got... I'm really struggling with this machine. I've got Manfred, the general. He thought he was snatching some commanding, but then some nasty piece of work over there did the same. 2 units of 10 skellies there. It's looking strong on this flank. I don't know how long this objective's going to be held. My initial thoughts are to push for this objective over here. Probably losing this objective at the same time over with your man, but then hopefully being in a position I can come back and take it back, but who knows. Anyway, what are your thoughts then, Eric? What's the thinking beyond this? We've got some knights and Bellicor over here.
Yes, so they're holding that objective. The knights in the middle of the table are initially thought of as the rapid response unit. They'll go wherever they need to go. Then we have the block of 15 warriors holding the back objective, supported by the Sorcerer Lord and War Shrine for now. And then chosen with around the Bloodstoker, hopefully we'll get a sneaky teleport off. And then the Lord with the Demon Prince will be running around, having it pile in first and pile in twice and all that juicy goodness.
Right, well, we'd normally shake hands at this point, but we're not allowed to due to physical distancing and all that business, so best of luck. Yep, now you're about to do some shenanigans before I decide who goes first, aren't you?
Yes, so I get to roll d3 and see how many of my units I get to move up to 5 inches.
Okay, and we'll come back at the end of player 1, turn 1.
3 units.
And that's the end of Slaves turn 1. I gave away the turn and then I immediately regretted it when I remembered that they could teleport after he'd just told me. So from my point of view, Bellicor moved up just to make sure that the Chosen that came in here could get in with the reroll to charge. They didn't need it. They got in anyway with the buffs. Then we have the Knights got in as well. And over here, the Demon Prince got in. So, going from my side, you can see there's a few wound tokens. Each of these represents a wound. Neff did take some extra, but she killed a model, so she's healed. So, what happened then, Erik?
Yeah, I overcommitted already. The Chosen, I didn't manage to get the reroll hits onto them from the War Shrine, but I decided to commit them anyway with the teleport, so I've only managed to kill one of the Morghasts and taking 6 casualties in return. The Knights, I just decided to put into Neff to try and tie her up a little. And the Demon Prince moving into Manfred for much the same reason.
Demon Prince did well though. It was 4 wounds each at the end of it. So,
yeah.
And the Mortarch of blood. I mean, my, she didn't do well, did she? She fluffed everything. But we've got a couple of battle shocks to take, haven't we?
We do have a couple of battle shocks to take.
So go on then. Let's see it. Let's see what the.
So the Chosen are Bravery 7 base. So I've taken 6 casualties. So I need a 1.
Oh, happy days. Here it comes. Let's go here. No. 2 more run. You've got a Morghast. Oh yeah.
No.
Oh, I've caught a Morghast. Wow, I've been fishing for Morghasts. Can we go?
I'll just take away the banner.
Oh.
I'm not affected by it anyway.
No.
So that is them done. The
Okay.
Knights.
The Knights will be. They'll be -1 to the -2 to the bravery because they're within 6 inches of a banner, and they're within 6 inches of some Morghasts.
Right. So they're 8 normally, -2 on a 6-1 runs. Nope, they're fine.
Oh, there we go.
Ideal.
Happy days. So you score
2 points.
2 points, and we go over to Legion of Night, turn 1. Okay, so Legion of Night, turn 1. Not a great deal has changed, unfortunately. It seems that 3 Morghasts can't kill 2 Chosen. So there's one guy standing strong in there on 1 wound. And then same with the Knights. Neff was Be'lakor. So Be'lakor used his special once a game ability and made it so that Neff can only act, move, fight, cast spells. Basically, if she rolls a 5+. We went through her attacks. She killed all the Knights, and then we realised, we rolled the dice, and it was not a 5. So she's too busy thinking about Be'lakor's Dark Whispers. The Skellies then moved in and tried to kill the Knights, but 1 remains. He didn't run. Arkan failed a 3-inch charge. He actually rolled a 4, but he's halving charges because of some shenanigans. And Manfred managed to not damage a Demon Prince once and in return take a good slapping. So he's on his last legs. The 10 Skellies charged in to show him what was what, and he just tanked them as well. So the triumph was well spent there. That's that, and we're about to roll priority, so it could be an important one. I really want to win, but I don't, because I don't want Neff to still be scuppered. So there we go. It's shite. So I've got a choice to make. Okay, let's see what happens. it's all go. The general, the mighty Manfred, very much in character, decided discretion was the better part of valor. He cast Mystic Shield on himself, and then he retreated out of combat. Arkan moved over and showed him how it was done, and smited the enemy general. Over here, Neferata was unable to cast any spells or to attack, so she just stood there looking pretty and got a command ability off. And the Chosen, this little hero, killed another Morghast, and he remains. So he's stood there, he's ready to rock and or roll. I score another 2 points, taking it to 4 points to 2, and it's Slaves to Darkness, turn 2. So the slaves, they've blinked, they've come forward. First things first, bold Chaos Lord went and smited the back of Arkan, Honourable Arkan. He did wound him gravely. Arkan killed him though, and then healed slightly. Looking over, we have the War Shrine, and the warriors are coming forward with their character support. The knights and Be'lakor came in. The plucky Chosen died to Nef's dagger. Nef was not taking any nonsense. Be'lakor and there's two knights died. There's a small chance of them running from a battle shock, I suppose.
Yes, they're currently at -4, including the
Morghast. You don't get the -1 for that, and you get +1 for this inspiring.
I'm not within an inch of it. Deliberately not within an inch of it.
Yeah, because we're in the realm of fire, so there are mortal wounds, and there's also some nasty Slaves to Darkness stuff going on, which is also like more volcanic.
Yeah.
Here it comes. What does he need to roll to run?
Oh well, -4, 7. I need a 3 or less.
Okay.
And I'm fine.
He's good. Okay, so we're gonna roll for priority next. So let's do that, and then we'll see for turn 3.
I think that is priority.
Hang on. Let me work out how dice works. Here it comes. 5 each.
Stays with you.
So yeah, stays with me. I can't work a machine. Right. So we go to
Turn 3.
Turn 3 for the Legion. They won the priority. It was pretty critical. So what we've got left, Be'lakor has fallen to the might of Neferata. The Harbingers didn't manage to wound any of the knights. Arkan is making his way round the rear. Manfred's running as fast as his wounded steed will take him. We've tried to reposition ourselves on this objective so to stop teleporting shenanigans. But talking of teleporting shenanigans, the Dreadblade Harrow has done dirty. He's done the dirty. He's teleported and he's snatched the points. He saw the opening and he's gone for it. So let's see what slaves can do to sort this out. So the slaves, they did it, they teleported. They needed a 9 with the reroll, but unfortunately, well, the gods weren't favouring them and they didn't manage it. As a positive, the War Shrine, he went over and hit Arkan for 2. But Arkan, he smited that Stoker with his staff. First time I've ever seen Arkan do any kind of damage in combat. There he is, look at the man. And so yeah, he's healed that back. The sorcerer is wondering why he's chosen this side and where the Tzeentch allies are. The knights have decided to disengage and they've gone over to smite the Dreadblade Harrow. And well, the forces of chaos are really wanting the priority on this one. So let's see how it goes.
Come on. There it is.
3-1.
There it is. Oh, I am.
That's 4th turn for Legion. They managed to chase down the knights. Neferata was brutal. Manfred has, he's taken a more defensive position in anticipation of the Chaos Warriors. Arkan's putting up a good fight. He's done some damage to the shrine, but he's taken a beating himself. The MVP so far, the Dreadblade Harrow has leapt over and took another sneaky 3 points. So in terms of victory points, mathematically now with that priority, Legion and Knight have it. But for the honour of the Chaos Gods, these models are going to chase down some mortarchs. They're going mortarch hunting, I think. So we're going to see whether or not Manfred and or Arkan can survive. So, slaves have had the turn. The Sorcerer Lord came up to the Dreadblade Harrow and they stroked each other. Nobody did a wound. Arkan managed to stay alive and he felled the mighty War Shrine. The Marauders, not Marauders,
Warriors.
The Warriors came in. They didn't manage to wound Manfred, so he stays. Did Manfred kill anyone?
No. Yeah, one warrior.
So Manfred gets 2 wounds back.
Wait, was it Manfred that killed it? Yes, it was Manfred, because the skeletons did no wounds.
The skeletons did no wounds. 4 skellies died. And then it's going to come down to turn priority to see whether or not these warriors, when they're going to kill Mr. Manfred. So.
Roll the dice.
4.
Yes!
6. There it is. So let's see how this goes. There it is. We've got to the bottom of 5. Very swift there. The warriors didn't manage to finish off the general. Manfred's still standing, although he's retreated again. He's that's the way he plays. The skellies have retreated. Consolidation over here and here. So the Legion of Night, yeah, they came out okay in the end. So what do you think, Erik? What's your turning point?
Partly my inability to get priority, obviously. There's priority turn into turn 3 was really important. And I just couldn't push the damage through. Really, consistently couldn't push the damage through the whole way through.
No, it was.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, it was. So what's your most valuable player though? Who's done well?
It's probably that unit of Chosen hanging on as long as they did.
They did really well.
It was between them and the Demon Prince.
Yeah, Demon Prince held up Manfred. I thought Manfred was a goner. I had to retreat, which isn't the way I normally play. I think Bellicor is so annoying. He held up Neferata and the Morghasts for 2 turns. They didn't get out. I think this one was difficult for you. You have got the shenanigans for the teleport, but once you've moved, you're fixed. And like you were saying during the game, this really spreads you out. So it's a tricky one. I think for me, Arkan. I mean, Arkan, I always
really pulled his weight.
I always mock him. And I always say how crap he is, the worst of the mortarchs, especially given the points. I would never have taken him if it went for a Twitter poll. But the big man, he's done well. He earned his thing. Curse of Years went off 3 or 4 times. He did some spells, got the Fading Vigor off. Not Fading Vigor, Vile Transference. Yeah, it was good. So that was good. It was good fun. But it's a win for the Legion of Night. And now we're off to eat curry, because that's what it's all about. Thank you very much. So, there we have it, folks. First battle report. It seemed to go okay. I obviously had a quick look at it while I was editing things, and there seems to be quite a lot of time lapse. So, I'm not 100% sure yet about what the balance will be. I don't like to see lots of dice getting rolled, but equally, just staring at things moving about might not be the most interesting either. So it'd be good if you could let us know what you think. What is it that you want to see out of the battle reports? What do you want to hear? What is it that's going to interest you more? I quite like the format there, but equally I want to make sure that people are seeing what they want to see. So just let us go. That was a really interesting game. It's good fun. The first game either of us had played in 5 months, so we are a bit rusty. I'm quite lucky that Legion of Night is the main army I've played for the past 3 years. Erik is the child of chaos, so he obviously knows his chaos stuff. But they've got a new book, and there's been some changes, and yeah, we're a bit rusty. But yeah, it was interesting. I quite liked the new battle plans. We didn't use the auxiliary objectives. We were going to, but then we forgot. But again, we're a bit rusty. So there you go. Next time, I can have a look at text and things like that, and maybe put the running points in the corners. But just let us know what you think, and if you like it, even if you don't, why not press like anyway? It'd be nice for us. And the more people like things, and the more people subscribe to things, then I think it comes up more in searches and stuff. I'm not tech savvy, so I don't know. But anyway, it was good fun. Hope people like it, and we're going to carry on. I've got another game on Thursday against another local, against Spadge, the master of puppies. I don't think he's bringing his puppies, unfortunately. But I'll no doubt feel death again, just because it's the easiest for me to deal with at the moment. I do have some Sylvaneth. I've got a good sized force of Sylvaneth, some other death. Working on some Iron Jaws, and Liam, our co-host from the Northern Invasion podcast, is working on some KO for me, thankfully. So thank you very much, Liam, and we'll get them on the table soon as well. Shout out to the scenery providers, the mats, this, that and the other was all good. Still not 100% convinced about that table. There's an issue with one of the sections is a little bit squint, and there's a bit of a ridge. I think I could fix it by drilling some holes and putting a carabiner or a pin in, but should you really have to do that if you've bought something? I might get in touch with them. I don't think it's, I don't know, Erik, who works with engineering stuff and mechanical things, thinks that something's just been leaned against one section and it's a bit bowed. So if it's a fault that way rather than a design fault, then that'd be good, because all in all, it's a pretty decent setup. The scenery we used was some of it was from Dark Fantastic Mills, the Bone Circle, the Beast Realm Gate, and a little Chaos piece of terrain. The other, I think, was from Gale Force 9, Battlefield in a Box, I think it's called. And then there was some homemade cast stuff there as well. But yeah, we'll keep at that, and hopefully you liked it. Let us know. Thank you.